Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages of the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through the cards that come out in today's reading. So the first card we have is the Eight of Wands. And we've got some fire sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Leo, or even an Aries. And we have the Fool card. And we have the Star card. With the Star, we do have some Aquarius energy. You could also be dealing with an Aquarius. But at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Swords. So with the Ace of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty strong connection, and I do feel like there's a strong mental connection. Especially it does feel like being able to have a connection with a lot of communication, but also the sense of a unique understanding. I do feel like with this Ace of Swords showing up over here, it does feel like communication also being something that is also offering clarity that needs to be had, but it does feel like clarity coming into this connection through communication. But with this Eight of Wands showing up over here, it also feels like an energy of someone reaching out. You do feel like a lot of messages coming in from this person. Feels like also a sense of an exciting connection. It does feel like this connection even feeling like one that feels like a whirlwind, or things feeling like they have progressed quicker than expected. I do feel like though the Fool card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a connection that feels different. I do feel like there's spontaneous energy to this person or to this connection. But with the Fool card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to experience the excitement of this connection in a way that is also putting you in a space to experience a lot of intense emotions towards the situation, and it feels like that head over heels kind of energy. I do feel like with this Star card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where I do feel like this person really is longing for you, especially if there is a distance. With the Star card showing up over here, this does feel like when it comes to your being at a distance to this person, something that is felt quite strongly by this person and is noticed most immediately. I do feel like with the Star card showing up over here, this energy feels very hopeful about the future as well. So it does also feel like someone actually also thinking a lot about the future and having a lot of hope and optimism when it comes to this connection. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Death card, and with the Death card we have some Scorpio energy, and we have the Six of Cups. And we have the Strength card. We have some Leo energy with the Strength card. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the World. So with the World card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where there is a sense of actually moving forward and being able to experience that in a way that feels like things progressing, and even I do feel like leveling up within this connection, or this connection leveling up. So it does feel like getting to a better place as far as from where you are in this connection with this person. And with this Death card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of a shift that is happening within this connection. This Death card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where I do feel like this person, when it comes to their feelings, those feelings have a lot of intensity to them, and this person does feel very deeply and strongly for you. But with this Death card showing up over here, this also feels like a sense of kind of fearing a lot of that intensity or those feelings, or even this connection and what it can be. I do feel like with this Death card showing up over here, this feels like a resistance to change. So it does also feel like a desire to not have to lose this connection, and that being something that's also something this person is afraid of. But with this Six of Cups showing up over here, I do feel like this is an energy of having history within this connection. This does feel like a sense of a connection where it's like you've known this person. I do feel like with the Six of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like a lot of very pleasant memories associated to this connection with this person. But with the Six of Cups showing up over here, this also feels a bit nostalgic. So it does feel like this connection actually being very meaningful to you, but I also feel like that is in a very positive way when it comes to the associations you form with this person in this connection. And I do feel like with the Six of Cups showing up over here, it also feels like a connection that feels soulmate-like. With the Strength card showing up over here, this does feel like a very resilient energy. And I do also feel like when it comes to the person you are dealing with, this person has deep care for you. This does feel like a lot of this person, a lot of this person's feelings towards you, and even in this connection being quite strong. I do feel like with the Strength card showing up over here, this does also feel like an energy of this person being very drawn to you for a lot of qualities that you have that this person sees. I do feel like with the Strength card showing up over here, there is a very resilient connection over here as well. I do feel like a connection that can stand the test of time, as well as going through thick and thin. So I am going to clarify these cards. We had the heart-to-heart conversations. And we have the wedding card. And stay optimistic about your love life. So with the heart-to-heart conversations card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have communication in this connection, especially at this time. I do feel like there is a conversation that somebody wants to be able to have or someone is bringing up. Do you feel like with this Eight of Wands showing up over here, it does feel like this person trying to reach out to you, this person sending messages? Do you feel like with the heart-to-heart conversations card showing up over here, it does feel like a level of depth to your connection and being able to talk about serious things or things that do feel like they are something this person may actually be going through in your connection, and it feels like it's something that is impacting their outlook on this connection. So it feels like conversations that are quite serious, but there's a level of depth to your communication, especially with this Ace of Swords showing up over here. There is a sense of being able to connect quite deeply in your communication. And with the heart-to-heart conversations card showing up over here, do you feel like it's also reflective of that chemistry between the two of you? With this wedding card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a connection where I do feel like there's something quite hopeful about this connection, especially when it comes to the commitment. And with the wedding card showing up over here, this feels like taking the commitment very seriously and also feeling brave enough to be able to take things to the next level. It does feel like being ready to take a leap of faith in this connection. And I do feel like with this wedding card showing up over here, this does feel like kind of moving things to a new level or being in a space where there is a sense of transition being experienced within this connection or things changing within your commitments. I do feel like that is for being able to have something more official, something more exclusive, or moving things forward within your connection. I do feel like with the Stay Optimistic About Your Love Life card showing up over here, I'm getting this pertaining to the Star card. This does feel like a very optimistic energy, especially when it comes to the outlook of things and where things are headed. Do feel like with this Fool card showing up over here, this feels like this connection having had a very strong start, or even a start which felt like fireworks between the two of you. And I do feel like so a lot of chemistry with this Ace of Wands, this Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And with this Stay Optimistic About Your Love Life card showing up over here, there's like an energy of maintaining a lot of that excitement. I do feel like with the Stay Optimistic About Your Love Life card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of someone being very hopeful about the future and being in a space where they're excited about the future, but I also feel like there is something positive on the horizon of your connection. With this Death card showing up over here, it feels like a shift that's also happening within this connection, and it does feel like something to look forward to. It feels like a new chapter that is exciting and that's bringing with it very positive changes, especially with this Star card showing up over here. This does feel like a positive energy. It also feels like an energy of manifesting something. So I do feel like someone is quite hopeful. It's like they are hopeful about things being a certain way or being able to achieve something. And it does feel like there is something they're holding on to within this connection. But it does feel like a strong connection, and I do feel like there is a lot of long-term potential, but also potential to be able to thrive in this connection and moving forward. And with this World card showing up over here, I do feel like there is a sense of being able to experience a level up, or even viewing this connection, or being able to see you and the value of this connection as a level up in this person's life. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.